Hello and welcome back, listeners, to the Rogue Valley Roleplayers. Tonight we are delving into Victorian Gothic horror, playing Rippers Resurrected, name of the show, which I am personally quite pleased with, especially because I came up with it. Chilling Tales of Horror and Borscht. You'll come to understand the Borscht part of that soon.
I am Rosemary. I am the GM. My first ever game GMing, so bear with me, listeners, because I'm terrified.
And my name is Ben, and I am playing Kazimir Lipowitz, the Russian Borscht Peddler.
I am Amanda, and my character's name is Lady Amelia. She is the youngest daughter of the Duke of Wayland.
My name is Gabriel. My character is Jane Lorde. Family owns a steel company, and I'm a smart ass.
No, we curse on this podcast all the time.
Yeah,
This is my first game!
curse all the time. This is not a children's podcast.
And I'm Austin, playing Archer Burls, a simple Cooper with no other distinguishing characteristics.
Definitely not a smuggler.
Definitely not a smuggler.
Okay.
Definitely not horrifyingly deadly with an axe.
Okay, nice. Alrighty. So shall we begin? It's a dark and stormy night. Heavy rain pours down and a cold wind whips through the cobblestone streets. Every now and then a flash of lightning flashes through the night, followed by ominous rolling thunder. People are hurrying with their umbrellas, trying to hail handsome cabs, which clatter by. Their drivers are hunched against the weather. There's like an old beggar man with a pipe shivering in a doorstep. Down by the pubs, at the docks, women of the night are calling out to the sailors, bit of a tumble, love, bit of a tumble. And a drunken sailor staggers up to one, and they move into a nearby alleyway. And later, the woman walks out, but as the man moves to step onto the street, this shadowy figure kind of rises up behind him, and with a muffled scream, he's dragged back into the darkness by this massive clawed hand that just pulls him back into the alleyway. No one notices this at all. So it's a cold November evening, and the storm's raging on. So what are each of you guys doing? We'll just kind of go around the table if you want and tell me what your characters are up to.
It's night, you said?
It's definitely night. It's probably about, I would say, 6 o'clock in the evening. A few hours before the Lady Amelia's debut.
Kazimir is trundling his Borscht cart back into the stable that it is kept in, and he lives at an inn that he pays for, just a room and space for his Borscht cart. And he goes to the back of the stables where there's all his ingredients for his borscht, and he sits down on like a little stool, and he pulls out a small knife and he starts peeling beets for tomorrow's borscht.
Nice. Let's see.
Lady Amelia will be having her debut in just a couple of hours. She is currently sitting in front of her mirror, and her maid is fixing her hair. Because when you are going to go to your debut ball, you need to have your hair fixed in a very special way, just like you are going to get married. So the curls just right, and the hair just right, and making sure her stays are in the right position, and she can breathe at least a little bit so she does not pass out while dancing.
Oh, maybe it's even like where she's braced against the bedpost as the handmaiden's like yanking on the corset strings.
Yeah, she's...
Just a smidge of breathing room.
Breathing's overrated. Gotta have that thin waist.
Yes, so she's getting ready.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Let's see.
Performance anxiety, goodness.
Dun, dun, dun.
I had that same emotion at my first when Dave was like, tell a story. And I was like, what? I have to tell a story?
No, really, right? So, Jane Lorde is also getting ready for your ball. There we go. And at the boarding school, the finishing school, it's just tried on the new coat with the
Yeah,
frilly
lace.
sleeves. Thank you. That's what it is. And is also currently shaving little pieces of hard cheese and putting them in her sleeve.
Very nice.
Eyeballing the new leather boots. Beautiful red color.
Ooh, very nice.
Archer has just, he's out near the docks having just completed a deal with a mysterious salesman from the east. And he says in shaky Chinese, "Thank you, honorable salesman. Now I must go."
Yeah,
Whoa,
he will give you a
forceful.
bow and say, "Pleasure doing business with you, as usual."
He bends down to one of the barrels on his cart and pops off the lid and puts in this substance, which he's been told is demon horn, but he's not exactly sure if it's actually demon horn. And he dims his lantern just enough to see, but not enough to alert anyone else to the fact that he's walking home at night with all these goods. And he heads back to his small cottage.
Wow. So, when you get back to your cottage, there's a boy waiting for you. He's like small, like kind of thin and scraggly, he's a little scruffy looking. He looks like a street boy, basically.
Nobody I've seen before.
No.
Oh, little one, what are you doing here?
Message for you, sir. And he hands out like an envelope with a wax seal on it.
A message. Here, have a few grapes. I took them as a snack for myself, but you look like you could use them.
Oh, he devours the grapes. Like,
No.
grape juice is like on his chin. Like,
Now, off with you. You'll catch cold out here.
I'm supposed to wait to make sure that you read the message, sir.
Well, I guess I'd better read it then. He pulls the lantern closer and kind of shines it over the envelope, peels it open.
So inside there's a letter, and it basically is a summons to the Ravenswood Inn, which is, as you know, a Ripper Lodge of one of your superiors, Minerva Fox.
All right. With a grim look, he kind of waves the boy off and then hurries to put his stuff away so he can get to the lodge as soon as possible.
Meanwhile, you're peeling beets,
Da.
and you're inside, right?
Da.
So there's a knock on your door.
Come in!
The door kind of creaks open. Is it locked?
I'm in the stable, so...
Oh, you're in the stables? Oh, okay. So this little head kind of peeks around the corner. It's this, we'll say it's another boy, a different boy though. And he's like, "Message for you, sir."
Come in, Ginder. Come in.
So do you know him?
Probably.
Okay.
Who is it?
It is. Why, it's little, Philip.
Philip.
Yeah, Philip.
Come in, Ginderlock. Sit down. Grab a knife. Start peeling.
Message for you, sir.
Ugh.
Okay.
A moment. I am covered with the essence of the beet. And Kazimir will get up and he'll wipe his hands off, try to get as much of the beet stains clean, and then he'll carefully open the letter, pull it out, sit down. What is this?
So this letter's a bit more personal because you know the sender of the letter. It is your old friend Minerva Fox, and she is politely informing you to report to Ravenswood Inn.
Does it say a particular time?
She would like you to be there no later than 7 o'clock.
Oh. Hey, alright, feel it. You stay here, get something warm to eat, and keep peeling those beets. I will be back.
Keep peeling the beets, sir?
Da!
What if somebody comes by?
Tell them you are working for me.
I am?
Da! Grab yourself a bowl of borscht, too, while you are here.
This look of dread crosses his face. Alright, sir. Alright.
And Kazimir grabs his cane, takes a moment to fill, pack, and light his pipe, and then he walks out into the storm.
Okay, so
Fills his heavy black coat.
you're gonna walk there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how far away is it?
I mean, it's London, so well, it's definitely within walking distance, but we'll say it's a bit of a ways.
Okay, he walks.
As you're walking, give me a notice roll.
I got a 4.
Okay, so as you're walking, there's these people hanging out in like a doorway, and you overhear a bit of their gossip, and they're talking about a recent attack. That was by Elmwood Cemetery.
By where?
Elmwood Cemetery.
Where is Elmwood Cemetery?
It's kind of, it's like, I'd say like the middle class area of town. It's like a nice area. It's a well-known cemetery. It's fairly large. So you just hear they're talking about like this, they're gossiping about a recent attack that was reported in the news about a family that's been killed near there.
Terrible shame.
So, I don't know if you want to keep walking or if
He
you
keeps walking.
Okay.
Makes a mental note. So wondering, is this what I'm being called to the lodge for? Who knows?
And how are you getting to the inn?
The inn, what part of town is it in?
It's like also in like a well-to-do part of town, I would say.
Okay, so he's definitely
Like
on like the
middle
port
class.
side of town, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
guessing it's a fair walk, and it's pretty dark.
And raining.
And raining. So, he's going to put on a heavy raincoat and slip his axe into this little side pocket that he's made for himself. It's almost like a inside leather pocket that he can put the axe in and still put on this big heavy coat and not have it be completely obvious that he's got this thing with him.
Oh, okay.
And he'll have to hike there because he's got no money for a stagecoach. He just paid rent for this month.
Oh, okay.
His place is owned by a noble that he's got to pay rent to. So.
Oh, okay. So make a nose roll for me too.
Sure.
Let's see if you hear these rumors.
It's a 5.
Yeah, so you kind of hear similar rumors on even this side of town. It's like big news in the city. It was like headlines on the newspapers. So you like are walking by and you maybe see some like men maybe like coming out of a pub, and you overhear a bit of their conversation, just being like horrible thing about the Emersons, just horrible. I can't believe it. Who would do such a thing? Alright, so
The Baba Yaga.
as you guys are going to the inn, I want to check in now with Amanda. So you say you're getting ready for the ball, so you're sitting at your desk, maidservant, she's placed your course and now she's arranging your hair, and there's like a light tap at your door, and then
It's open.
oh, okay, and a door's open, and it's your mother, the Duchess.
Oh, Mother. How are you this evening?
I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited. How are you this evening?
I may be able to breathe for the rest of the night.
Ah, yes, I remember my debut in society. Nearly passed out into the punch. Almost a disaster.
Is there going to be any eligible bed to catch me if I go in the fainting couch?
Certainly, my dear, certainly. Your father and I were just so proud of you, and, well, I wanted you to have something that my mother gave to me on her debut. And she kind of reaches into, pulls out this little box and hands it to you.
I open the... Oh my... It's your pearls, Mother. I recognize these. You wear them. I've seen you wear them. I can't... Are you sure?
Yes, my daughter. These pearls have been passed down mother to daughter for generations, and on each of our debuts, they said that they bring good luck to the family. So, if you would, and she pick up the pearls and tie them around your neck.
They look so beautiful with my dress. Thank you, Mother. This is the best present in the world.
The blood pack is sealed.
And I feel that I hope they do bring me good luck tonight. I think I'm going to need it.
I'm sure they will. Your father and I are so proud of you. Your training has gone so well. I've never seen anyone decapitate a werewolf quite as lovely as you, my dear.
That's the most nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Jacobs is coming, right? You didn't lock him away somewhere.
She'll kind of give this exasperated eye roll, she's heard this from you a lot. And be like, yes, Jenkins will be there.
Okay.
Still think you should leave your claws behind. What if somebody spotted them?
What if a werewolf shows up at the party? You keep telling me that the monsters are everywhere.
True.
But maybe the pearls will give me enough luck that I will not need the claws. We can always hope for that.
Indeed, my daughter. Well, I will let you finish preparing. I will see you at the receiving line later this evening.
I promise I will be there.
Great. She's going to leave the room. And we're going to turn to Lady Lorde.
Lady Lorde.
Lady Lorde. And you're at your boarding school, right?
I'm at my boarding school. I am tying a bow on a package, and it's smallish and round.
Oh, okay.
I have a small sack of coins that I'm
Just gift wrap
tying
the bag
into
of
my
money.
into the inside of my coat. And I look up and I spot a spider in the corner. It's a good size, quarter size. I take out a small glass vial and I chase after it, and now it's cornered.
Right.
I want to catch it and put it in the vial.
I don't like this character.
Roll agility. I'm going to make you roll agility to catch a
Oh
spider.
my gosh.
These things are buggery.
Oh, and I think you get
Oh,
a
that
wild
blows
die
up.
as well.
Yeah, you do get a wild die, but that also blows
So that would be
up.
your D6.
So blowing up, does that mean I blew
Yeah.
up the spider?
No, it means you blow up your die, so you get to re-roll the 4
Uh-huh.
and
Yes.
add it.
Oh. Does this mean I catch like 5 spiders?
So you got a 5 on this dice, but you can also roll your 6 and see what you get on that.
So roll your 6 die too.
Will that replace my other?
No, you'll take the higher of the 2. So you rolled a 5.
Mhm.
So we'll say you not only caught that spider, but you spotted another spider as well, and now you have 2 spiders.
Excellent.
Ben disapproves.
A schoolgirl, like one of your fellow, classmates is like sitting on her bed and like just looking at you with this odd expression, and it's like, what are you doing?
Like, oh my god, why
Right.
are you catching spiders?
Oh, are
And,
you a fan?
Victorian era.
This is your schoolmate Lucy Evans.
Oh, Lucy, how fine to see you this evening. Yes, I caught it in the corner. It was moving towards your room, I thought. So, would you like to see it? I hold up the vial with now 2 spiders.
Would Lucy like to see it? Odds,
Well, I
yes,
put it
evens,
into your
no.
face.
No, odds, no. So she in fact hates spiders. She's like, ugh, get that away. It's so
Are you
gross.
sure? It's very pretty. I shove it into her face.
You're one of those people.
You uncouth Americans. You're
so good with your words, Lucy, and correct.
I'm glad that you're going to the ball tonight so I don't have to suffer your horrible company.
Likewise.
No, that's perfect. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to narrate in that scene, or?
I don't get any secrets?
No. You showed a spider in her face, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is not going to be your bosom buddy.
Pushing.
You can have a secret if you eat the spider.
If you
I
eat
have a
the
different
spider,
plan
I'll
for
give
that
you a
spider.
penny. If you eat the spider in front of Lucy, I'll give you a penny.
I have 2, don't I?
I do have 2
God.
spiders.
No!
Lucy, I did forget one last thing before you leave.
Yes. She'll turn around with clowns.
I open the vial and pull out the smaller of the 2 spiders. Can I pretend to eat it?
That would be what? Would that be a stealth roll, or?
I'd go persuasion on that.
Yeah, do persuasion. See if you can persuade her that you ate the spider.
Alright.
Yeah, there's no
I got a 7.
Oh, you can roll your
And
D6
you can
as
also,
well.
so anytime you do a roll like this, you get to roll the d6 too.
And a 5.
So yeah, you can totally. She's 100% convinced that you just ate.
Yes.
So you want to describe it?
So I take the cap off.
Mm-hmm.
I reach in with my finger for the spider and I pull the vial down by my waist, making sure to cover the top with my thumb.
Oh.
Stuffing my fingers in my mouth.
I'm
tickles. It tickles a little.
I'm telling on you. I'm telling Miss Haversham on you. And she runs out of the room.
It's a good evening already. Bodes well for the night. I screw on the cap to the bottom, stick it to the inside of my coat.
Alrighty, so moving back to Kazimir.
Forget you over anyhow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fork it over. Or spoon, whichever.
Going back to Kazimir, so
That was definitely your notorious flaw there.
we'll say you were a bit closer to the Ravenswood Inn, so it took you maybe half an hour to walk there. So it's around 6:30. Does that seem
Sure.
fine to you? Alright, so you approach the inn. You do.
I'll knock on the door.
You'll wait a couple minutes and then it'll swing open and you see a man standing there. He's dressed kind of like as a servant, like servant clothes. Tall, dark hair.
Well, hello, Philip Senior.
My name is Miles, sir.
Miles, da.
What can I do for you?
I have here a letter requesting my presence, so I am here.
Next, pull out the envelope.
You said this was a personal letter, right?
Yeah.
No, I am here at Madame Fox's request.
Oh, I see. May I see the seal of the letter?
Sure, I'll show him
No.
that.
Okay, he'll recognize her seal. He'll open the door for you. He'll say, Mrs. Fox is a bit busy at the moment, but you're welcome to wait in the sitting room.
Where is the kitchen?
Sir,
Where is kitchen?
the kitchen is behind the dining room,
Da,
sir.
most excellent. Heads on into the kitchen.
In the kitchen. Nice. And then, what are you doing in the kitchen?
What do you think I'm doing?
Making porridge.
Poisoning him.
Hey, I had 2 helpings of that and I'm fine at the moment.
It's a slow poison. I am making borscht.
Okay, you're welcome because Miles isn't going to stop you, and Minerva's not there yet.
Beats death of an old age.
So I'll say since you're a bit further away, it took you almost an hour to get to the inn.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I knock on the door, give her a few raps.
and I'll open again, and again it's the same servant that Ben saw. It's, how may I help you, sir?
Miles, isn't it?
Yes.
Your mother enjoyed that casket I made a few weeks back, holding up.
Yes, I do miss Mother, but it was fine craftsmanship.
I didn't know she was dead. I was talking about the...
Oh, that's right.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry, my dear boy.
Well, we all have to go sometime. For some reason, when you said casket, I went straight to, like...
Not that kind of casket. There are many kinds of casket in Victorian England.
She was a very small woman. But she loved her wine.
She did love her wine.
So they buried her in it.
Old Mama Thumbelina will always be remembered. She bore a 6'3" child. We'll never forget it.
More scotch anyone?
What was that?
I said more scotch anyone?
Okay. Yes, the casket. Pardon me. It was a momentary lapse.
It's all fine. I will allow myself in. That's
Yes, you are expected. And he will. You may wait in the sitting room. Miss Fox is currently busy at the moment.
so I shall.
I want to kind of describe the inn for you guys so you can kind of picture it. Go ahead.
I'll bring the cheap gin next month.
So it's a beautiful old inn. It's got beautiful, like when you walk into the entry hall, there's the double staircase, one like the stairs going off to each end of the each side of the inn. There's this grandfather clock sitting in the hall. It's got, so there's I'm going to just briefly describe the rooms to you so you know what there is. There's the dining room, a meeting room, which is like the sitting room. But there's the inner rooms, and that's like kind of what you know of on the ground floor. We're going to say, have you been here before?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. And Ben, you've been here
I've
before.
certainly been here before.
Right. Let's see what else. Oh, so there's like large lattice windows in the front by the door. They have these like big wooden shutters, and there's like expensive wallpaper. It's like a really nice inn. And there's a stained glass window of a raven up the main landing of the staircase, which is where it gets its name from. So that's why it's the Ravenswood Inn. Alrighty. So you said you went into the sitting room, right?
Yeah, no. Are there any paintings on the wall or anything
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
totally. Like their eyes even seem to follow you a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm actually going to lift up the paintings and see if there's anything hidden behind them.
Interesting.
Oh, are we allowed to do that stuff?
Oh yeah, totally. No, there's nothing behind the painting you looked up.
Excuse me, sir, if you would.
Yeah. However, you do go into the meeting room, and there's like this large fireplace with a big fire crackling in it, so it's lit. There's like large, comfortable armchairs around it. There's a sofa, and then there's also a small table by a window along one wall. And you like look over, and you can see that there's like a little table and chair in front of it, and there's a partially covered. It looks like a crystal ball. And it kind of looks like that somebody was sitting there and they got up in a hurry and they went to cover it with the cloth, and just the cloth kind of partially slid off. So, and so Miles shows you into the room. Please make yourself comfortable, sir. Madame Fox will be with you in just a moment.
So he lifts off the hood of his coat, but leaves the wet coat on and sits on one of the chairs.
Okay.
Spread legs in a comfortable position.
Okay, cool. May I offer you anything to drink, sir?
I'll take a spoon of tonic. Just a little teacup, as you do, you know.
Oh, okay. I will be right back. He's going to move to the kitchen. What is Kazimir doing in the kitchen?
Kazimir is 90% through making a pot of borscht. Precisely how he managed to do it this quickly is a mystery, but nonetheless he has done it. And
Nice.
he's kind of like stirring it, making sure that it's the proper color.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say it's nearly finished?
I don't get the joke, but yes.
It'll come up again a few
Okay.
times.
Okay.
Miles is gonna kind of lean curiously over and give it that sniff, what is this?
This, my friend, is borscht. You should drink it. It will make you strong like Russian bear.
I've never tried borscht before.
Well, today is your lucky day, Kinderlock.
He's gonna take a spoon out.
That is not ready.
Not ready.
No. You try it when it's done. You try it now, it'll spoil the whole experience.
Oh, yeah. Very good, sir. And he's gonna get your drink and move back to the sitting room. And as he leaves, give me a notice roll.
No, I am making borscht.
You splash borscht in your eye.
It's not important.
It's
so
not important.
no.
Okay, I'm not going to spend a penny on it.
Yeah.
I am making the borscht. I am
Right.
so involved. I smack his hand with the spoon to make sure, and I'm like, oh, I've contaminated the spoon. So now I'm rinsing and washing the spoon.
Okay, well, while you're so focused on that, what you don't notice is that Minerva Fox has entered the kitchen and is just watching you with this, fond look of amusement on her face. I should have known that he would be here in the kitchen.
Eat the borscht.
So, she's gonna, she's gonna try to sneak up on you.
Oh, that shouldn't be so hard. I rolled snake eyes.
But I still have to roll her stealth, right?
I rolled snake eyes, so there's no way I can notice.
Okay, so she's gonna sneak up and, kind of tap you on the shoulder.
Ah! I turn around, I'm brandishing the spoon.
And she's going to do like the continental kiss, like where they kiss the cheeks.
Oh, good luck with that. She gets bear hug.
Okay.
You have not aged a day since operation.
That's the point, Kazimir.
Well, you know. So, Minerva, what is this all about? Why do you have me come here and make borscht for your lodge?
As you know how much I love your borscht, Kazimir.
And doesn't everybody?
Mm-hmm. I actually didn't bring you here to make borscht.
What?
Is it finished?
Nearly.
Okay.
I don't have time to let it cool, so we will have to serve it warm.
Okay. Well, I will ask you to dish it up and bring it with us into the sitting room, please. There's something I need to tell you.
Excellent. Let me check it. I think it is still here from last time, and yes, he pulls a dusty bottle of plum brandy out from behind an alcove somewhere.
She's just gonna like get this look like I didn't know that was there. Alright, so she's going to ask you to accompany her into the sitting room. And Miles has returned with your drink, so while that's going on, is there anything you would like to do in the sitting room?
No, he just kind of like downs it in just a couple gulps.
Oh, okay. Miles like raises an eyebrow, like, but he doesn't say anything. He's much too polite for that.
Before you go, Miles, take the cup with you. I'm finished.
Very good, sir. We'll pick up the glass and leave the room. And as he opens the door...
It's not often you get to have this experience. You might as well be as much of an ass as possible.
As he opens the door to leave with your glass, Minerva and Kazimir will come through into the sitting room.
Casimir's pushing this roll dining cart thing. It's got the pot of borscht on it.
Nice. So, just for you know, so you can picture Minerva, she's kind of the short woman. She's got short, white, blonde hair. It's kind of cut in a pixie style, and she looks really young, but have you met her before? Is this the first time you're meeting?
I don't think I met her before.
Okay, so give me a notice roll.
Sure.
Sounds like you're saying nose roll.
Yeah, lots of noticing.
Not ice roll.
That is a 1 on my notice, but I got a 4 on my other dice.
So it's fine. So you're going to notice that there's just something odd about her eyes. You can't quite place it. There's definitely something unsettling about them. And she's wearing this practical brown skirt, a white blouse. She's got like one of those forest green corsets that go over the blouse. And she kind of has this air of like confidence about her. Like you kind of get the sense that nothing really phases her.
And you, young lady, are you who called me here?
Indeed. It's Archer.
Archer Burls.
Archer Burls, that's right. Thank you for coming on such short notice.
Well, I hope it's worth my time.
Indeed. Gentlemen, a situation has arisen, and...
Hold on. Gindolak, your borscht. Minerva, your borscht. And my borscht.
Seems everyone's eating borscht.
Minerva's going to pick up her full of borscht and salute you with it, and then take a spoonful.
Kazimir pours himself a glass of the slip of it, the plum brandy. Holds it up. L'chaim, my friends, l'chaim. Right, now let us talk situation.
To business, gentlemen. Well, to be blunt, St. Crispin's family, the Duke and Duchess of Wayland, they're in danger. There's been some reports of a known associate of the Cabal sighting in London, and rumors have reached our lodge that he plans to attack the St. Crispin's at their youngest daughter's debut ball tonight.
Who?
It's that. You may not know this, Kazimir, but they are a noble, ancient family. They've supported not only this lodge, but many lodges. I cannot stress to you enough the importance that we protect their family. It would be devastating for the Rippers if something were to happen to them and we lose their support.
So we're going to a ball then.
She kind of gets this like look on her face, like looking at you and looking at you.
Yeah,
like
I'm dressed
you.
in like a muddy raincoat with...
And like this expression like, why me? Yes. I don't care how you get into this ball. I need you to be there though to protect the family at all costs.
Well, I don't have much for...
Perfect. The Borscht will have time to cool on our way there. It will be perfect. Everyone will appreciate it.
Don't suppose I could borrow some dress, or perhaps a hat, maybe a top hat.
Speak with Miles. He might be able to help you with that.
Miles, over here, my lad.
Sir?
Yes, perhaps you could outfit me with some fine gentleman's clothes. I don't, doesn't need to fit, just enough to fool someone.
Very good, sir. I'll shut the door. Minerva's going to turn to you and say, the ball begins at 8. That is when the estate is opening. I suggest you gentlemen prepare to arrive around that time.
At 8. I checked my sundial, but clearly not an option. What time is it?
It's around 7 o'clock. Like 7:15.
You call me an hour before this attack is supposed to happen.
I know it's short notice, but we only recently got word of this attack. I can tell you to look for a gentleman with a scar running across his eye. We think it might be Matthew Sykes. He has a known grudge against this family, and he might be at the ball.
So,
I have a carriage that you might be able to take.
Kinderlock, what can you do?
I am with the Masked Crusaders. Perhaps you've heard of them.
Yes, those fancy young kids that like to go around in the masks and the costumes, and they think they are, they are naive. No offense intended, but poor kids, they get themselves killed so young.
Well, they naively taught me how to swing an axe like a madman. You know the stories of the berserkers of old? Well, they're not just stories because I'm a berserker in the modern age. A modern berserker.
All right. Well, my modern age barbarian, what is your name?
You can call me Archer.
Archer, I am Kazimir Lipowitz.
Kazimir. Isn't that a type of like cat or something?
What? No, Kazimir is my name, is no cat.
No, I must be mistaken, sorry. But yes, real pleasure, I'm sure. Anyway, let's get going because I got stuff to get to.
At this point, Miles opens the sitting room door and says, "Sir, I have clothes. If you would follow me, please."
Looks like the boys got me some knickers.
Good. You go, you get fancified, and I will see you at carriage with the Borscht.
So kind of you, I suppose.
Minerva at this point is going to nod to each of you. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I knew I could depend on you. And then she's going to make her goodbyes.
Are we simply up against a human servant of the Cabal, or one of the monsters? Should I bring my Ripper kit?
I would say, Kazimir, old friend, it's always good to be prepared for monsters.
Right. So we are expecting this. We must do it tonight. Most excellent. You still have the labs?
Indeed.
Good. It's been so long since I haven't done any of that since Ilya. But we will get back into it. We will kill the monsters.
I'm glad to hear it, Kazimir. Kazimir. I always feel safer with you fighting on my side. And then, excuse me, gentlemen, I do have some other business to attend to.
Good luck, Manubis.
Miles is at your disposal for supplies. And then...
I'm going to put a massive amount of beets.
Alright, so we're gonna, as he's helping you get your clothes, he's like gonna show you upstairs to a room where you can change, basically.
Right.
He's gonna start scrounging the kitchen for beans.
No. It's okay, I got the borscht.
Oh, okay. I kind of want to move to maybe you two again. So, shall we, since we went with Amanda first last time, we're going to say it's about 7 o'clock where you are too, so what are you doing? Are you still at the boarding school or have you already left for the ball? Or are you on route?
I've just finished lacing up my boots.
Mm-hmm.
I brush it, basically invisible lint on my pants.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a scandal. Finish putting some, some holy water in my jacket. Oh, I check on my spiders. They're doing well. Actually, one of them might be dead. The other one seems to be doing something to it.
Are there air holes in the vial for the spiders?
I don't think they need that much.
Maybe
air.
one spider's in the process of eating the other spider.
Possibly.
Oh.
I suspect that it kind of looks like one is chewing on the other one's leg, but it could just, be friendly handshake with the mouth.
A mouth shake.
It's a mouth shake. Kind of like a chocolate shake, only not so fun. Alright, lovely to have this nice, long, beautiful duster. I'm pretty sure my mini crossbow fits in the other side. I'm gonna look a little bulky
Right.
next to all those,
Does your mini crossbow have the whole fold out
probably
thing,
Yes.
spring-loaded arms?
very high tech. The highest of tech.
Only
the
the
latest
best.
of tech.
Nice.
What else was I going to... I just forgot. It's okay.
Yeah, okay. So we'll say it's around, probably at this point, 7:30.
All right. So the last of the preparations have been made.
Yep.
I will have to go downstairs in a few minutes to start the receiving line to finish. But at the moment, I'm nervous because although I've had all this schooling, some of my schooling has been rather unusual. And there's a part of me that's afraid that I might get in a conversation with some man about the best use of knives, and that I will scandalize everyone. I have to pretend that.
So yeah, so you're making
the
your way.
quickest way to a man's heart is through the third rib.
Yeah, something like that. And then,
Hi.
but then it's like, okay, all right. I just be myself, but don't let anybody know about my extracurricular activities.
Whatever you do, don't talk about the monsters.
Yes, whatever you do, don't talk about the monsters.
And there's servants bustling around you, putting finishing touches on the decorations and the flowers and the hors d'oeuvres table. And I actually want a notice roll from you.
Okay, which is a
so
notice.
Your notes go.
So I've got a lot of notice. 4, 6, 8. So this one.
Yep. And then roll a d6 as well. You're going to take the higher of the two.
All right.
Oh,
So you get to roll that one again.
I shouldn't have
And you
made
add
that.
that
So
to-
this is going to just
so
derail
roll
the
eight.
entire game right here.
Okay, so roll this one
Roll
again.
again, yep. And then, so you got a total of 9, although die bounced off my finger there if you want her to reroll it.
I don't know, what do you think?
I say it's good.
Yeah, I think that 9 is fine.
9. So that's a raise. Now, what a raise means is when you get 4 over your target number, you basically get additional information, you do additional damage, or stuff like that.
Okay.
So you actually notice that there's no punch bowl out at all.
That's because it's
And you like kind of reach out and stop a nearby servant. What do you say to them?
I may be mistaken, but is there not usually punch at a ball?
Oh, Lady Amelia, apologies. The cook, we cannot find the cook tonight. We think he might have been. He is missing. He's been over here.
Missing. Well, that is.
We can't find him anywhere.
That's not good. Have you informed my father?
I was just on my way, miss. Just on my way.
All right. Well, we may need a new cook if we're going to have more balls. So, go tell my father, and if anyone should see him, let me know.
Right away, miss. Right away. Apologies. I'll see to that the punch is. I'll get Betsy to get on the punch right away.
All right, but that's fine. I completely understand. It's not your fault, Sally.
It's an extreme way to get a bowl.
Alright. So, are you we're going to say fast forwarding, you guys are ready to go. You're going to take the carriage from the Ripper Lodge over?
And we got the pot of borscht. I would have requested something to hide my axe in, like maybe a violin, like a cello case, or maybe a chimney sweep box, or
chimney sweep.
Something like that.
I love that you're dressed as a fine gentleman with a chimney sweep kit.
Yeah, I was picturing more like a trumpet box, or
Would Miles have a trumpet or an instrument case available?
If trumpets exist.
Yeah. So he finds you a you can say a cello case, maybe?
Or a viola.
Yeah.
Yeah, a viola
Something
case.
large enough to hide the...
And how big is your axe?
Yeah, like how big is it?
Well, it's a great axe. So what I'm picturing is like
Maybe a base.
Cello base case.
one of those like wood cutting axe-sized handles, but with a larger axe head.
Oh, okay.
But maybe like the
Right, so it's gonna go... The head's gonna go in the bottom.
Underneath your chin.
it's
Walks stiff-legged on one side.
he gives him a limp when he walks with it.
So he brings you a cello case, we'll say, and say, will this do, sir?
Let me see if I can fit my axe in it. He stuffs it in. Yeah, that'll do. I dented the case. Hope it's not something you need to give back to someone.
It's just Madame Fox's prized cello case.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be fine.
Problem is that you took the cello out of the case and trashed it on the ground. And then just...
No, he lays the cello on like a pillow, but he like throws the pillow on the ground and lays the cello on the pillow on the ground.
Oh no! Very good,
So
sir.
breakable. I had it.
It's just Minerva's prized cello. It's fine. It's just one of her most prized possessions.
Kinderlock, are you ready yet?
Well, I'll let you know, young man, one of my prized possessions is my time. Time is the most valuable thing of all. So, let her know that, I wasn't trying to damage anything, but it may get damaged. And, I better leave before she wants it back. And he starts heading out downstairs.
Alright, yeah, so the coachman's kind of waiting out front with the, we'll say it's a hansom, or no, we'll say it's a carriage. They got a carriage. So, you guys will get in the carriage.
Carefully now, you don't want to jump the borscht.
And let's see, so you're like riding through the streets, and like the rain is still falling, thunder is still like crashing, and I want both of you to make nose rolls. There's a lot of noise in this game.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
I don't want
That
to
might be a good
that
one to...
That's a 7.
Oh, nope. I'm
Okay,
taking
so-
care of making sure the
Yeah,
borscht
you're
don't
like
spill.
so focused on the borscht not spilling that like you are just like in the borscht zone.
Professional
Yeah.
monster hunter, my ass. Just make borscht.
But you are like, mostly you're like sitting kind of like looking out the window of the carriage, and there's like a flash of lightning, and you see this shape in the rain crawling, like scuttling along the road.
I turn over to Kazimir. So, was looking out the window.
Huh?
Saw a 4-legged creature scrabbling on the road. Wasn't a dog.
Was it a cat?
I don't know what it was. Ring any bells?
You're going to have to give me a better description than that.
I'll say you got, what did you get on your nose?
A 7.
A 7? It was really big.
Well, was bigger than a cow.
Okay, that's concerning. Was it a horse?
Didn't walk like a cow, didn't walk like a horse.
Can I make an occult roll based on that description?
Yeah, you can, but we'll say at plus...
Or at minus.
Or yeah, minus... At least -1, because that's a pretty vague description.
Okay, I'll roll a -1.
Because it's hard to see because of the rain.
Nope, don't know what that is.
That makes sense to me because it's pretty vague. You saw it like briefly along the road and it kind of like scurried off to like away into the city streets.
I'm gonna have to describe it a little better, my
But
friend.
make a smarts roll for me, actually.
Okay, I will make the smart roll. I got a 5.
Okay, so you realize though that the carriage that you're actually passing by right now, Elmwood Cemetery. You're in that general vicinity of the cemetery.
I heard there was family killed here recently. We should go deal with this whole the Tsarina their situation, and then we come back and we go investigate this.
Agreed. Seems like our job's actually pretty simple tonight. Nobles want us common folk to die for them, like usual.
I thought we were saving people.
Penny. Sorry.
Thank you.
So easy. I have to try to eat a spider.
So, before we get there, you made me tell you what I was about. What are you about, making borscht? Is that some sort of potion?
No, borscht is delicious. It's a soup. You make it from beets. And you boil it. Sometimes you put meat in if you can have meat. Sometimes potatoes, sometimes cabbage. No, what I do for the Rippers, see, I take the essence of the monster once you kill it. Sometimes if you can keep it alive, that's even better, because I can keep harvesting the essence of the monster. And I take it and I can turn the essence into extractions that give you powers, or I can turn the essence of the monster into implants that permanently give you greater power to better defeat the monster.
And I'm sure none of this ever makes it in your borscht.
No, that would be not kosher.
Good. Listen, don't ever offer me your borscht. Wouldn't want to be rude. And he kind of looks off to the side, like the conversation's done.
Don't know what you're missing.
Alrighty, so we're gonna say it's 8 o'clock, and that's why we were gonna come back to you. Did you want to do any sort of scene, or did you just want to arrive at the ball now?
I'll arrive at the ball.
Alrighty, are you gonna go through the receiving line? So when you arrive at a ball,
Yes, actually, they can announce me.
yep.
Lady Lorde.
Well, let's do it.
So how did you arrive at the ball? I mean, you are rich, so you would definitely have your own carriage.
Excellent. With my own carriage. My beautiful horses.
It's actually like a precursor to the double-decker London bus. But it's just you on it.
Right? Exactly. Gosh, y'all are just really good at storytelling, and I am still...
Lady Amelia is standing there. She's like,
Yeah, but you ate a spider. That's good enough.
I didn't faked it, but it was pretty good bacon.
Yes.
It tastes like bacon.
So yeah, you pull up. Would you like to describe your estates?
Okay, so the front parlor, or the front room where everyone is standing, is...
Wait, have I gone through the line?
No.
Okay, good.
This
I
is
was
like a setting the
line.
scene.
So
Yeah.
coming up to the estate here is it's about 4 stories high, and there is like a tower over here where it's a great observation tower. We actually have a sunroom up there, where you could sit and read books and watch the sunrise or sunset if you so desire. Usually I'm still in bed at that hour, but you never know. There are days when I can't sleep and go up there with my book of monsters and read all about them. And you come into the front, so there's like steps up. A butler opens the door for you and announces you as you come into the receiving line. And there's my parents
Alright,
there.
yeah, let's definitely roleplay that.
And
The butler,
my parents and myself are standing there. I'm wearing a pale blue dress because you wore pastels if you were a debutante.
okay, so the butler, opens the door for you, bows in deep respect and says, "The Lady Lorde."
Lady.
Yes, the Lady Lorde.
No, I'm a lady. As you see, I have these pants, but clearly I'm a lady and not a lord.
My lady, I apologize. I must have mixed
My
up
name is
these.
Jane.
The Lady Jane, ma'am. And
Pleasure to meet you. I do like your pants.
Well, thanks. I don't know yet if I like your party, but hey, here's a package. Happy ball day.
Thank you very much.
Please tell
I
me
will
it's
open it later,
a
I promise.
bag of money that you wrapped.
I hand it to another servant. Please put this in my chambers. I will open it later.
very good, Mom.
And, nice outfit. It looks like it took a lot of time to get into.
A couple hours, thank you.
That's skillful.
That's what you have servants for.
Yes, true. I suppose so. Is there some food in here?
Fresh food there. We have some hors d'oeuvres for everyone to snack
I like
on.
You know what?
the crotchety side of the table.
You messed up.
What?
Your family name should have been McDuck.
McDuck?
Oh, yeah.
Lady McDuck. I've missed it.
Scrooge
Oh, that would be great. Happy for my uncle.
So, I'm trying to think. It was, does my character already know that you like beets? Or wait, that you like borscht? Do you like borscht?
Well, I had it for the first time tonight, but my character actually does because her cook as a child fixed borscht all the time. But I don't know if you would know yet.
It's not advertised
Yeah, it's
because
not-
it was a scandalous thing.
Oh,
don't talk
darn.
about
Well, that
that.
messes with my
But-
idea.
I mean, she is
Bag of
definitely notorious.
Yeah,
Yes,
so she
okay.
might have found out somehow.
Excellent. Okay, so rewind a little bit. I'm gonna give you the package. You're gonna try to send me off. We'll start there.
Okay. Yes, it's right through there. We've got some hors d'oeuvres set out and...
Well, aren't you gonna open my gift?
Oh, all right. Bring it back over here.
The butler is already halfway up the stairs with the gift, and he's like,
Gosh, I
He,
thought y'all
turns
had
around and
manners
looks at
around here. Not even gonna open my gift.
"Ma'am."
Yeah, I heard you like borscht, so it's a beet.
Thank you very much. Yes, my cook.
It's a single beat.
Mother, do you remember what Helga went?
You know, I'm sure it beats all the other gifts.
I'm sure it will. Thank you very much. Please still take this up to my chambers. I will eat it later.
You're welcome. I figured nothing beats a personal gift. Personalized.
Oh, that's great.
Well, my lady, have a good ball. Have a
Thank
good
you.
ball.
I do hope that you find something to enjoy tonight.
I'm sure I'll find some diversions.
Oh boy.
I wink at you. I walk off towards the kitchen.
Nice. towards the kitchen. Why are all you guys going to the kitchen?
Because that's where the borscht is.
Because, for companionship.
Oh, right.
Come meaning with, and pan meaning red, of course.
Alright, so you guys pull up in your carriage, or how are you going to try to get into the ball? You don't actually have invitations.
So we go to the servants' quarters, because I've got this borscht, this pot of borscht that I'm going to make him carry.
You're not dressed in servant's clothes. You're in a nice outfit, so...
Oh, okay, well...
Listen, Kazimir, I'll have to play the part of the Lord. It's the only way that'll make sense. So you're going to have to carry the borscht, and you'll probably have to carry my case too, my axe. Can you handle that?
Although...
Yet.
A little pitch into right now.
He walks with a cane.
There also are bands at these types of balls. Like live
You go talk to the musical people, and I'll go talk to the kitchen staff.
Can you carry your own borscht?
I can carry the own borscht.
All right, I'm going to trust you with this then. Carry the borscht.
All right. Well, good luck, and see you inside.
Oh, before you go, the signal will be. Let's see. I'll make maybe a coyote noise, like a ooh, but real loud.
What is coyote?
Yeah, you never heard of them.
I have a friend from America, but I have not seen him for 20 years.
Oh, yeah, they're like a dog. So like a dog will howl at the moon, and
Okay.
yeah, I'll do one of those, and hopefully you'll hear it, and then you can come running. Maybe keep your borscht hot.
No, it just got to the perfect temperature.
Well, I'm still not quite sure what you do.
Well, there's like a servant waiting at the doors where you guys exit the carriage as you're discussing it.
I've got the borscht in my I can carry it now because it's cold.
Oh, yeah.
It's the perfect temperature. And I've got my cane, which is it's about the fanciest thing that Kazimir owns. It's this long black leather walking stick, but the head's this silver kind of lion of Judea.
Okay.
It's rearing up, and it's got some symbols carved into it and stuff.
Oh, very nice.
Guess I'd better put on my noble's voice here. And he opens the door to the carriage. Well, hello, young lad. Fine evening to see you.
Do you have persuasion?
Yeah, I do.
Well, let's see if you can persuade the servant that you're actually a noble person.
Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. That's a 7.
Okay, so the servant is completely convinced. He bows deeply and opens the door for you. Right this way, sir. Please.
All right. I let him lead me.
Might I help you with your case?
Wouldn't trust you with it, child. And that's why I've got 2 hands on it, because it deserves 2 hands.
Good luck in the lock.
Are you going to go through the receiving line?
Is there another?
Yeah, there's the receiving line where all the invited guests are going through and being introduced one by one to Lady Amelia and her mother.
That's a mistake.
Okay. There's also a side entrance, a servant's kind of entrance where you can see staff moving through in and out, carrying platters of food probably, or whatever it is.
As I see the receiving line, I kind of do one of these, and lean my head, and I look to the servant boy. I suppose you've got a wash basin in the servants' quarters, surely.
Yes, sir.
I must use it immediately. Escort me there if you would.
Of course, sir. Right away. He'll guide you through this door.
Cool.
And upstairs, there's a nearby side room where there's a washroom. Basically.
Okay. Cool.
A sink, little. What's the word I'm looking for, Amanda?
A wash basin.
Oh, yeah, a wash basin.
And as I close the door, I say beneath it, "Now, no doubt you've got other guests. I can handle it from here. I can help myself out."
Of course, sir. We're gonna see if Ben can bluff his way into a debut ball. With the ugly hindrance, that is gonna be hard.
I got 2 bennies.
That's true. You only have 2, why do you have... Oh, because you bennied the... What roll did you benny?
A nose check.
Oh.
I still failed it.
That's right. That was when you were in the
I
cave.
could roll 30 damage last night, but I can't roll.
All you gotta do is just keep rolling sixes.
So yours probably saw the receiving line then, with your mother. You are in the ball already, right?
I am heading kind of in the direction of the kitchen.
Right.
Only
That's
that
right.
person.
Yeah. And then you're in the washroom and you're still on the grounds.
The servant's washroom.
Yeah, the servant's washroom. But dressed as a gentleman. With a
What piece was it? Not cello. It was a.
No, it's a cello.
It was a cello case.
Okay, it was cello case. All
I
right.
don't know if that actually is large enough to fit a great axe in it. But
I
I'll
have
say
no
for
idea.
the- Yeah.
It could have been a double base.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
Maybe it's like one of those steampunk reactors that like collapses into the handle.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Alrighty.
So I'm walking towards the kitchen, and I mean I'm walking with confidence. So if no one stops me, I just go in and I start making
Oh no,
borscht.
someone definitely stops you. Like a butler, basically, like puts out a hand on your shoulder, kind of pulls you back.
Hey! You almost spilled the borscht.
Sir, who are you?
I am the borscht maker.
The what?
Did no one tell you? Borscht maker, you cannot have ball without borscht. It is critical component.
Give me your persuasion roll.
Alright, I am ugly, and the reason I'm ugly is because Kazimir, he's got his big old beard, it's, you know, got all the gray, but underneath that there's scars everywhere. He's not pretty to look at. Oh
Yeah.
dear, okay, let's try and get a better roll there.
This is -2, right?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to make this roll. I got a way to get you in if you don't want to bang it.
Peter.
No, I want to. I want to.
I mean, you're in the DM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the Borscht plan now succeeds. Perfect. Everything's going according to Borscht plan.
An 11 minus 2 is 9, so that is a raise.
A raise?
A raise to
So-
get in with borscht.
What do you think the raise lets you get away with? Like,
So, I am the borscht maker. The cook is missing. Obviously, they brought someone in for emergency.
On short notice.
okay, so
Now,
let me-
I don't know
here we go,
that the
here we go.
cook is
Yeah,
missing.
here we
but-
go. So with the raise, we're gonna say he's gonna let you in, and then Sally is happening by the kitchen, and she says, "Oh," and she'll like whisper in his ear, like that's the borscht, that's the replacement cook. Helga's missing. Let him in, and he'll be like, "Oh, I'm very sorry. Please, right this way," and he'll escort you to the kitchen.
What? Young lady, is that what is that bowl that you've got there?
This is the punch for the ball.
Punch. What is punch? Look, here. This is the perfect temperature. Go serve it now. I pour the borscht into the punch bowl.
No, I need access to that.
You're mixing the borscht with the punch.
No, you got to
No,
the
there
punch
was no
first.
punch.
No, there was
Punch
There's punch in the bowl.
Oh,
that
that's
needs
right.
to go to the kitchen.
Well, I was thinking she was carrying the bowl of like replacement punch.
Oh, okay.
But we can say it was empty since you
I
got
thought
a
it was
raise.
empty.
Since you got a raise, we'll say
It
it was
needs to
empty.
go to.
No, I'm going to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes, the borscht needs to go to the
Oh,
kitchen.
no, the borscht is...
No.
There's going to be a new batch of borscht.
Oh, okay.
Always more batches.
So yeah, so she takes the serving bowl of borscht from you and says, "Yes, and she'll carry it out and set it on the table at your
Make
bar.
sure nobody warms it up. It's got to stay cold. That's the best temperature to serve. Chill it.
Since you got a raise, well, since you did the ugly, we'll give you that penny back.
Yay.
That was great.
And then I
Alrighty.
make my way to the kitchen.
So you're in the kitchen with borscht.
No,
No,
borscht went
yeah,
to
that's
the...
right. You're just heading to the kitchen. You're still at the receiving line?
Mm-hmm.
You're heading to the kitchen.
Heading to the kitchen.
Alright, and then you're in the washroom. So, what are you doing?
Once I hear that the servant boy's left, I'll open the door, of course, and immediately start making trouble. Looking for trouble. Yeah, so he's going to walk with like his best air of superiority. And if he runs into servants, he'll be like, yes, go back to work now, yes.
Can you make a persuasion roll for me?
Okay.
See. people by a strangely dressed man carrying a cello case, wandering around the halls, ordering them about.
I'm gonna Benny that.
Okay, yeah.
See
You
if we
might
can
want
get
to
something
Benny
better here.
that.
Benny one more time. Okay, that's a
Yeah,
4.
so the servants kind of give you like odd looks, like, who is this gentleman? But they're like used to the eccentricities of the rich, so they're like,
I apologize. Actually, that was a 3, so I failed.
why is he a 3?
-2.
Oh, why am I?
Or wait, no, never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
this is
We're
it.
good.
Where's my answer? So yeah, they're used to the eccentricities of rich people, and they kind of like give you odd looks, but do as you say for them. All right, so where are you gonna head to?
Yeah, so he's basically going to start casing the ground, looking for broken windows, any sort of like entry points for monsters.
Oh, okay. Give me a Nimbus roll.
Sure.
Or like just like any particular room that you're going into, or
Yeah, he's like looking for muddy tracks. He's basically doing like a perimeter search because he knows this thing's whatever's going to attack is going to have to like enter the building from the outside and work its way inwards. Nope.
Okay, so you kind of like start like just opening random doors in the downstairs area,
Right.
and like the first couple rooms you open, you're not noticing anything like out of the ordinary.
Cool.
Let's see. Let's go. So you're in the kitchen. Let's go over to the Lady Lorde.
Yes, that was exactly as satisfying as I was hoping.
So you're wandering around the first floor. So
Yeah.
there's a chance that you two can meet if you want.
Yeah, so I'm on my way to the kitchen though. Of course, I've gotten a little distracted. Kind of looked around at plans and seeing who's here. It doesn't look too crowded yet. And I see a cellist. This is great. I'm admiring the case, and it's been a while since I've heard some fine music. I go up to Archer and I say, "Oh, good sir, I see you have a cello there. Would you be so kind as to play me a ditty?"
Indeed, I do have a cello. But as you can see, I am headed off to very important things, and I cannot play the cello for you at this time.
Well, certainly not more important than playing for me. I'm sure you would like to. I think that you should.
I really must argue for a certain brevity, but I wish you have a great party tonight.
It'll be better if you play for me. Here, I'll give you a pound. You can play for me.
That will hardly be necessary, as I no doubt have my own supply of cash. That I should not need a pound from a stranger I hardly know. May I ask your name, miss?
My name is Jane. Jane Lorde. Pleased to meet you, sir.
Jane Lorde. I am Bartholomew.
I'm so sorry.
Last name is not important. I like to think myself above my family of wealth.
Well, if the last name is any worse than your first name, I'm glad you keep it to yourself.
And I really must be going to Jane, and truly a pleasure. And he kind of awkwardly starts marching off.
Oh, that's great.
What an awkward name that was.
That's great.
Whatever he's up to. Maybe I should follow him.
It's up to you. You can follow him if you
Follow
want.
him, go to the kitchen.
Do you want to follow him without being noticed? Though? 'Cause that would be a stealth roll.
Okay. I follow him. The kitchen is more likely to be busy, but... Choices on this evening. What would be more fun? Following a very odd, awkward man, or playing in the kitchen a wee bit? I guess I'll have to choose the kitchen.
You can also let the die decide for you if you want to.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay.
I do that
Actually,
when I'm like
that
trying
would be
to-
a lot of fun. What dice do it? What dice?
You can, for me, like if I'm torn between what I want my character to do, I'll choose odds for one option,
Okay.
evens for the other.
Odds
and-
follows the odd man, and evens.
Okay.
Odds man! All right, I'm gonna follow you. Do you notice me?
Are you trying to be like? Are you like just following along like he can't shake you,
No,
or are you
actually,
like?
I'm gonna make him feel awkward.
I look behind me and I see her following.
And I'm with him.
He kind of says a couple curses under his breath.
I sort of pretend to be trying not to be noticed.
Okay, so you don't want him to notice.
No, I'm just pretending. I'm just pretending.
Really obviously.
Pretending to be nonchalant.
I just happen to be going in the same direction you are.
I see a plant and it has leaves, and I sniff a leaf.
The flower's right there, but yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's a very fine plant. We don't have these. Oh, hello. Yeah, we don't have these where I'm from.
It's like a petunias.
Alright, so we'll fast forward a little bit of time. We'll say you've gone to the kitchen, you've set up your borscht station, you're like, God's servants, like, frantically peeling meats, and you're like, faster, faster, the borscht won't make itself.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pluck.
Okay.
The leaf.
A leaf.
I'm going to pluck
Oh, yeah.
2 leaves.
Okay.
Oh.
2 leaves.
I'm going to put them in my pocket.
Are you
Put it in
feeding
the
them
vial
to the
with the
spiders?
spiders.
Huh?
Are you feeding them with the spiders?
I'm going to put them in my other pocket.
I think the spiders are dead now. I don't think something can last that long with that limited supply there.
So we're gonna say by now you've left the receiving line. So you're gonna have to tell me after the receiving line. Would you have the first dance immediately?
Yes. I was like,
Okay.
with my father.
Mm-hmm.
So my father and I have gone. The band begins to play.
Oddly enough, they're missing a cellist.
They don't find him. Do we want him to find him out immediately?
You don't want any character. It's just a weird coincidence that the cellist caught ill that night and was unable to attend.
I look up and notice the cellist is gone.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. The orchestra is playing the Danube Waltz or something.
Like some classical piece of
piece of music.
Yeah, blue or whatever.
Yeah. And my father takes me out on the dance floor, and we dance. Probably not the waltz, although by this time the waltz was not as scandalous.
Dance to the polka.
But we're dancing, and then
wait. As you're dancing, you kind of notice some of your guests are like whispering about. Like, some of them just seem like a little, like they're basically like, there's borscht being served at this ball in the punch bowl. I'm not sure what's like the
gossiping.
word. Yeah, maybe like a little gossiping. So it might be a slight minor scandal here with the borscht.
I'm just
But like, you're like, no, it's the Lady Amelia's favorite. It's her favorite dish.
Yeah, isn't borscht like a peasant's soup?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm pretty sure no one in England knows what borscht is.
Yeah.
So you just kind of see like some odd looks maybe on the face of your guests as they like dip their cup into the as they like serve themselves some punch and take a sip and then like pull the glass out and like just give it this odd look
I
like
realize that this isn't punch.
this isn't punch.
So after the dance, so I'm like noticing this, and so after the dance, since I do not need to go out on the dance floor immediately,
Right.
I go over to the punch bowl to figure out why everyone is. And I dump my thing, and I was like, and I kind of get this. It's like I get this kind of surprised look on my face, like, oh, and I finish. I drink it like a thing of punch just because I have no spoon. So.
You know it's the best borscht you've ever tasted.
Give me a
Do I need to make cooking
what roll do I want
this?
you to make? I'm gonna just follow.
I will make chemistry roll to prove I make best
Amanda,
borscht.
what are your skills here? Do you have persuasion?
Yes.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay, so that's 6, which, so 6.
Yeah, so you get your wild die too. So you get a d6 for your wild die, and then whatever your persuasion is.
All right, it says 2 and 3.
Okay, you could bend it if you want, or you could let it go. It's
I
not
just
gonna
let
like.
it
Okay, I was gonna say you persuade the guests that drinking borscht is acceptable, but we'll.
Yeah,
Like,
mine
just kind of, like instead of your guests kind of give you this odd look, like
The real scandal is that everything coming out of the kitchen now is just borscht.
And I'm a little bit concerned, but just like, oh, well,
And you're like, oh, Helga must be back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
They must have found her.
because Helga makes lots of borscht. Helga promised me that she would make
Would
borscht.
Amelia suspect that it was a practical joke done by Jane?
What role would that be, do you think? Or is it a role?
Would you suspect it's a
Yeah, would
practical
you-
joke?
Would you think that?
Actually, I could almost picture it just because she gave me the beat earlier.
Okay. Totally.
So, like, maybe it's that Jade person. Well, I don't care.
Are you going to do anything about it? Are you going to investigate it further, or are you going to... Are you going to try to track down the Lady Lorde?
Well, the problem is that it is my ball here, so I'm really not supposed to leave the ballroom to investigate without rolling like stealth to like sneak
You
out.
could roll stealth to try to sneak out if you wanted to.
They would probably try to track me down with my debutante ball.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, you would have to get...
Jenkins.
You could send Jenkins.
Okay, yes, maybe I will send Jenkins. But how soon is the monster's going to attack? Because I'm going to need... Okay, so I call Jenkins over.
Do you want to play Jenkins, Ben?
Sure.
Okay.
I call Jenkins over and say,
Yes, my lady.
I'm trying to... I was told earlier that Helga was gone, and, well, really, she would not really surface at the ball. She knows how important this is to my mother.
My lady, I do believe that Miss Helga has not yet been located.
Oh. Do you know who is in the kitchen? Who is...
I do not, but I shall find out promptly.
Okay, and there's this odd American woman running around too in pants.
Yes, I am quite well aware of the situation. Would you like her escorted off the premises?
No, she may become useful later on, but she did give me a beat earlier for borscht. I just actually want to know if she's in on this.
I will find out right away. Madame.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Let's see.
All these pennies.
I'm just thinking of like all the money for reasons you don't want to kick me out.
Is there anything you want Kazimir to be doing particularly in the kitchen? Or
So
is he
Kazimir is directing the staff to make more borscht.
I love that he's gone here and just completely forgotten the mission.
No, he hasn't forgotten the mission. He's trying to I'm going to make the borscht like this. Keep good. You're doing good. Keep peeling those beads. Hey, you there, go help peel the beads. What are you standing around slack-jawed for? Okay, you are doing great job, Kindlelock. You're doing excellent. Keep making the borscht. I will be right back to check on progress, but I have to go and get certain ingredients for good borscht. Keep going. Good.
Yeah, we'll see.
What kind of a kitchen doesn't have a steady supply of beets? And then what he's kind of doing is he's going out under the guise of like checking, to make sure that there's enough borscht in the punch bowl, and there's enough this, and there's enough that, blah blah. And he's kind of scanning the ball, looking for the guy with the scar.
Yeah. Give me a nose roll.
All right. So no, Kazimir has not forgotten the mission.
Okay, nice.
He had to get his cover.
Well, and since you got the raise, we're going to say everybody, like, down in the staff knows that you're the cook now. So they let you move through the mansion.
I got a 4.
Yeah. So you actually see a gentleman kind of standing off in the corner. You can't be positive, but you do think you see a scar along his face.
I find, like, a page. I don't know if that's still a thing in Victorian era.
Oh, yeah, like a... Yeah. I think they are, aren't
Yeah. Yeah, there were still pages.
they? So, like
And I hand him a shilling. I'm like, give the luck. Tell me, who is this person standing right there?
does he know? Yes, he knows. He does. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know. I've not seen him before.
Well, if I give you 2 shillings, will you accidentally spill the borscht on him?
For 2 shillings, sir?
Ah.
What about 3 shillings?
3 shillings, okay. Give me
Alright.
3 shillings.
Nice.
What's 11 minus 3?
Yeah, 8.
Was it how many shillings per pound?
Oh
20.
boy.
How
Yeah.
many shillings per pound?
Good job knowing that.
You're gonna watch as this servant boy goes over to the punch bowl and pours himself a cup of punch. And kind of make his way around the edge of the ballroom. And then need to roll some notice here. Where's
And no one like patted me down, right, trying to get in or anything.
No, they did.
Perfect.
Because you got a raise.
I came to this ball armed. More days than fun.
So he's kind
Kinda beat
of approaching
everybody
this gentleman
to
from behind, and
Which beats? Oh dear.
7. He sees this boy approaching him, and he just kind of gives him this like,
But he turns around and he looks
yeah,
at him.
yeah,
You got the scar?
yeah. Especially since you saw him across earlier, yeah, you can now clearly see that there's definitely like a scar across his face.
Okay.
So he doesn't spill the borscht because he's just so intimidated by this guy
Right.
spotting him.
It's good. That's good. I learned what I wanted to know. Wave him to come back over.
The boy.
The boy.
Okay. Yeah, he'll see that. So he'll come back over and be like, "I'm sorry, sir. He saw me."
It's fine. It's fine. You did a good job. Most excellent. I need you to do me a favor. Go find a gentleman walking around here. He's got a cello case, but he's not going to be anywhere near the musicians. Tell him, and I give like a quick description of Archer.
Okay.
Tell him that his good friend Kazimir would like to speak to him in the kitchen. It concerns the borscht.
Yes, sir. No. Hurry off into the crowds at the ball to look for Archer. Where are you at?
Archer's completed his circuit around the building by this point. I think.
Yeah, do you want to make a couple more notes? At least one more nose roll. We'll
Oh,
see
sure.
if you found anything. Because you're still looking for the entry point, right?
Yeah, and I'm kind of looking over my shoulder, getting more annoyed as I see her following me.
Yes.
Because I'm still checking all the rooms, just like ignoring her as best I
I
can.
pretty much smelled any standing object by now. Some of them in
So I got a 4?
4? Okay, so you open one door and it like leads into this conservatory, so there's all these plants.
With the candlestick.
Not that. There's like all these plants, like lush ferns and everything, and you notice that the back door of the conservatory that leads out onto the like the lawn is slightly ajar.
Alright, he'll creep in and just kind of look out for like any sort of weird footprints or anything like that.
Give me another notice roll.
Let's say, blow it up. 7?
So that's a raise.
No, 8 is.
Is right.
Yeah.
So but yeah, like you can see there's some oddly shaped tracks in the mud because it's been raining. So they're a little bit washed away, but you can still make out some oddly shaped footprints. You're not quite sure. They don't look like a man's, but they're also not quite like any animals that you've ever seen.
Yeah, so he takes a deep, sharp breath and kind of spins around, and she's standing right there, yeah.
Right up your ass. But not smelling it.
He says,
Fine weather today.
The weather is indeed quite fine. Suppose you could go get me a flower real quick.
Oh, I got a leaf right here.
I'll
Hands
take.
him one of my leaves.
Oh, a leaf's quite nice, but you see that one over there? I bet you could pick it.
So,
It
what would
looks
your
like a
character-
pretty prized flower.
All right, he grabs you and shoves
Wait,
you outside
wait,
and shuts the door behind him.
No, yet.
That's gonna be a grapple roll.
I haven't said no yet.
It's a fighting.
so that's a D10.
So you gotta,
You're
you
just
gotta
gonna
land that.
You can't handle me.
You're actually doing this, Archer?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to like, knock her outside and do her butt in the mud.
Oh my god! It's funny! Hey, that could be fun.
This is great.
Yeah, he just grabs you by the arms and goes like, "Wah," or he tries to. Now you better roll and resist this if you want to resist it.
No,
Yeah.
the first it's against her parry.
All right, so that's at 5.
So what's your parry?
What?
Oh, it's 5.
Oh, I have
It meets.
So it means now it's an opposed strength or agility, whichever is better.
All right. So
Right.
my strength is D8. And I get my wild die for this or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you do.
Yeah,
But you also get a roll yours.
You can either roll strength or agility, which one? Everyone's better.
They're tied at
So you're going to
the
take your D4, right? Because they're both D4. And your D6. So you're going to roll both of them.
Boy, you better beat my 7.
D8 that you got there in hand.
Okay.
So
The pyramid, you want to roll the pyramid, and then you
Okay.
also
Yeah.
want to roll the cube.
A pyramid and a D6, the dice, normal dice.
What am I hoping for?
So you want to
Higher
beat...
than
You want a 7 or better?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Blow that 6 up.
Well,
So
that's
you're-
looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So, that's
roll that
six-
D6
roll that
again.
6 again.
So you got a 7. You
We
match.
tied.
This is great. So
I
basically...
believe defender wins in this case.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So
really? Yeah.
do you want to describe how you basically escape the... Archer turns to shove you out into the...
Yeah.
And what do you do to kind of...
The reluctant, weird, jealous grabbed onto my coat and tried to shove me out the door. Well, the fun's not out there, certainly. So I hook my ankle behind his, and I give a little bit of a shoulder shove.
Is it fair to say we both tumble down the little set of stairs at this point?
And I scream, "Not the cello!" And I make a grab for it.
Have you dropped your cello case
Oh,
to do this?
definitely.
So do you want to make an agility roll to see if you catch the cello case?
Can I
You
do an
zoom in?
agility?
Yeah,
I'll
you
see it.
zoom in.
Can I be fighter for it?
Of course.
I'm going to use my strength if that's alright.
2, 1. Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh, I got a 5.
Okay.
So he rips the cello case out of your hands and just tries to run up the steps and close the door on you before you get there.
I just gotta land under the cello. Alright, so you are...
Okay, so you wait. What steps are you running up?
I'm going to run up the little steps back into the conservatory room.
Okay, so you guys were actually outside on the lawn
Yes,
fighting.
so what I'm picturing is I was going to throw her outside. It didn't work. We both fell down the steps, but I got to my feet first with my cello and ran back inside.
Okay.
And my goal is to shut the door and put a wood stick in it so that she can't get back in. And then run to the center because I think that somebody's broken in and I got to get there as soon as possible.
I don't know if there's a wood stick
Yeah.
handy to block
There's
the door.
a chair.
Yeah, like a chair. Or...
There's a
flower pot, apparently.
Yeah, so there's something around. So you're gonna.
I'm going to jam it underneath the door handle and rush in.
Great. As you finish placing the chair under the door handle, you turn around and there's this page standing with this wide-eyed expression on his face, saying, "Are you Archer?" I forgot your name again. Damn it.
Yeah, Archer is the name.
Oh, wait. Archer, I have a message for you from your friend Kazimir. He wants you to meet him in the kitchen.
Yes, the lady out there is quite drunk. I put her out for her own good.
I'm getting my 3 shills back. You
So
didn't
she
deliver the
can dry
full fucking message.
He's gonna say. He says it's about the borscht.
Yes, the borscht. The kitchen, then. Yes.
Yes, the kitchen. I can lead you there if you like, sir.
Yes, lead me there.
All right. He's gonna lead you to the kitchen. But meanwhile, are you gonna try to get back into the ball?
Yeah. Yeah. I am a little bit muddy now.
Yeah.
Bloody hell! Oh. I have a bit of mud on my face now.
Oh, we should check to make sure if your spiders survived that fall. Yeah, they did.
Touch my spine.
They're okay. The vial was uncrushed.
Dude, they're dead. They asphyxiated.
Okay, let me just tell you that I caught a lot of spiders as a kid. They can survive in a little container for quite a while.
Right. How are you going to go back into the ball?
So, first, I'm indignant. What is wrong with these bloody Londoners? They're either so polite the next Dutch or whoever the Amelia person is going to be doesn't doesn't react to an obvious slight. The cellist, though, won't even play and tosses me out the door.
Oh, great.
What is going on here? So,
Go to the kitchen.
So you're just kind of standing in there in disbelief for a few moments.
just for a minute, and it's not often that I'm caught out. so, I go back and fine. I run to the door and
Battle. Do you want to try to? You can try to break open the door.
yes, me and my muddy hand.
I mean, you can. It's an option. I mean, it is available.
Alright, what am I rolling for?
I think a strength, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's a light door. It's not super heavy.
Whoa. Alright, look at
Oh,
7.
dang it.
Do I make it?
Actually,
You don't
Yeah.
add them together, but you get to blow that 4 up.
you can blow up the 4 because that's the highest you can roll on that die.
Yeah. So you get to roll the pyramid die again.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
No, it's a good.
Am I
thing.
gonna
It
roll?
means. Oh my
You got
gosh.
an 8.
Keep
Keep
rolling.
rolling.
So you just demolished the
I'm
store.
gonna destroy this.
Yeah.
I'm
Door
taking this
doesn't
door with me.
actually,
I'm gonna hunt you
service
down.
doors are like- That's 3
That's
4s,
12.
listeners.
This is. I'm a little worried because I don't actually want
You
to
just
break all
demolished the
property.
fucking mansion.
So how do you bust this door open? Because you've clearly busted the door.
Yeah, you open the door.
I have. No, I would not use an exploding arrow.
I mean, you could if you like fuck this and pull out your mini crossbow and shoot an exploding bolt. You can do that. It's gonna cause a bit of
I think the door
So is this
was-
a pretty big residence?
yeah. It's a
All right.
huge estate.
And people are really starting to show up now.
Yeah, people are probably also like a little drunk at this point. Like the ball is in full swing now.
All right, so I'm
It's
pretty-
probably around like 9 o'clock. at this
So
point.
what I want to do is I can't get this thing open right.
No,
But
you.
it has some bolts.
Okay.
I've got some streetwise.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to try to take the bolts off. Wait, do I automatically just?
Yeah, you succeed. So whatever you want, how
You
do you
can
want to
just
open the
describe how
door?
you do it.
You can
All
describe
right.
how you do it because that was like 50 races. Like, I mean, it
Yes,
was ridiculous.
excellent. I have. I thought I had a little knife. Where's my little knife? Well, I've got the Ripper claws at least, so
Yeah.
I can pull those out and kind of use it to unscrew the thingies. 'Cause, hey, it's a lively night, right?
Mhm.
I pull the door off. Does anyone see the door?
Is there a servant nearby?
I mean, this place has got to be.
You drink my water again.
That's alright. Yeah, there's like a servant nearby, but because they know who you are, because you're notorious, they're just like, whatever.
Well, howdy there, chap. The door came off. Funny that! They just don't make them like they used to. The door is probably, like 200 years old.
Like, yeah, it's like this ancient, like,
Don't make them
beautiful-
like they used to,
But to make them sturdier in America.
Yes, you should get these replaced with steel. I hand it to them. I need to be off now. I pat the person's face. I know them.
Mud.
We're friends, right?
Mud over
Sure.
face.
I take his jacket, I do a little wiping.
Oh.
Excellent, and I push it back and pat the pocket, and I walk. Now determinedly, yes, towards the kitchen.
Okay, nice.
To the kitchen.
To the kitchen? Alright.
To the kitchen.
You're all going to the kitchen except Amanda, who's still in the ballroom. Do you want to give me a notice roll in the ballroom, Amanda?
Okay, so
There's all these wackos
The
going
Borscht
around here.
Peddler.
Oh,
3 and 2, so
okay.
5.
Yeah, you don't have them together.
Yeah, you don't have them
Take the
together. So you
highlights.
need to get a 4 on one of the dice to notice anything
Okay.
beyond like normal everyday ball stuff that's going on.
Okay. So
Anything suspicious, I would say. Like the fact that Lady Jane just like hurriedly crossed through the ballroom,
After Tarragon.
Covered in mud.
covered in
Some
mud.
very fun reports.
So you don't.
There's just nothing's being served. But
We'll say
Borscht anymore.
you're distracted. There's a young man who's come to ask you to dance.
yeah, so I'm slightly distracted, and I am going to go dance with the Honorable Mr. Jones.
All right.
McQuivern.
The what?
McQuivern. The Honorable Mr. McQuivern.
Oh my gosh! All right. So you made your way to the kitchen, and
Yep, to meet up with him.
yeah. So, you walk into the kitchen, and you're back in the kitchen now, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of like standing by the door. I'm looking and keeping my eye on this Silas feller.
As I get there, I brush a little bit of mud off my sleeve that I notice is on there.
What happened to you?
Lady problems.
Here you go.
You have no right. Take your pick.
I can't give you my own goodies. My own goodies.
There's an edge that lets you do that, but yeah, you can't unfortunately give bennies to each other.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts, Kinderlock, because eventually you get to look like me, and,
yeah, whatever. Let's stop messing around. You know something? You find something?
I found Mr. Silas.
Well, I found some nasty-looking tracks out by the conservatory.
What kind of tracks? Describe them to me.
Well, they weren't man tracks, I can tell you that.
Okay.
But apart from that, you'd have to look at them yourself, and I don't think we got the time. Listen.
If you describe them to me, maybe I can know what the monster is.
All right. What did I see?
So they were like, they looked almost like a footprint, but like really elongated, and like there might have been claws at the end.
So there were wrong number of toes, claws at the end, longer than a man's foot. Only 4 toes.
A
Oh, cool. Yeah, totally.
Nope.
You need new dice.
I do.
Well, he's a player today, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So
could be werewolf, could be leshy. I don't know why there would be one in city though. Could be ghoul.
Well, let's assume it's a werewolf or a ghoul. What do we need to fight it right now?
Well, you need to find some silver if it is werewolf. If it is ghoul, we just pummel it lots.
I can pummel things, no problem.
are you walking into the kitchen at this point? Or are you trying to look over, like, how are you approaching the kitchen, basically?
Okay. So I'm determinedly, like, striding rather, I'm not going to be deterred sort of striding into the kitchen.
So at this point, I'm going to say you come into the kitchen.
Okay. I come into the kitchen, and I see the cellist.
He's
All right.
oh no.
Alright. But I'm still like, So I want to duck down.
Okay, so now give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
And then do you guys have to roll your notice? Is it like your nose pose, their
Yeah.
stealth?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Roll your noses.
You hear noses.
That's what I hear every time.
Oh, that's not. So you can Benny that roll if you want.
Yeah,
if it's really
Benny the
important
roll.
to you that they don't spot you. But otherwise they're going to spot you, probably.
Alright, you ready? Stop coughing on my dice, it's your fault. Oh my god, it's the same thing.
You are rolling my dice, so yeah.
There you go.
Oh man, you want this to work?
It'll be fun.
It's underneath your right leg.
What is it? Oh. If it's good, it's good. If not, it clearly landed on the floor and I should roll it.
There you go. Come on. Oh,
I got a 6.
that sucks.
What
So
is
you got
my-
a 3.
wait,
so
hold on.
what did you roll?
I rolled a 3 as well.
I got a 3.
Oh, okay.
So we all failed. We failed to notice.
So if
she
you
failed to
tie,
sight.
then what does that mean? Do you see?
Does it go to me?
Or does it go to...
I don't know. I feel like it goes to the vendor.
Okay.
Do you think it would be interesting for you to be hidden? Do you think that would cause more interesting story?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, so yeah, you kind of like stride into the kitchen, you see that they're having this like intense conversation, and you just, we'll say like a butler walks by with a big pot, and you kind of like duck down and like duck under the counter.
Yeah,
So
and
they
I'm
don't
rather
notice you.
distracted, so I'm not really even paying attention to that.
Okay.
So,
So
you give me back the leaf, right?
Oh no, I still have it. I was holding it and it probably fell out of my hand
Okay,
when we were
alright, so
wrestling
now-
on the ground.
Yeah, so you have one leaf.
So find some silver. I'm sure this place is pretty hoity-toity, so there's got to be some silver knives or something like that around.
Lots of silver spoons, surely. Can you? Maybe I'll sharpen them to the stakes we need.
well, you don't need any stakes for werewolves.
Oh, that's
But if you can use the spoons to kill the werewolf, I will be very impressed.
well, they got eyes like everybody else, right? And eye juices to go with them.
Oh, yes, they do. Da. Very good. I like how you think. This is going to be good night if there are werewolves. It could be more troublesome if there are no werewolves. But
he looks at you very seriously, not in your borscht.
no, the monster never goes into the borscht. That would make the borscht not kosher.
Okay. All right, well, let's get moving then. This thing's already here, and if it's a werewolf, then it's hiding in plain sight.
Maybe it is that Silas fellow. Here, come here. Look, be cool about it. Don't be obvious. But look there. You see, is man with a scar. That is Matthew Silas that Minerva told us about.
And in fact, you see that Matthew is kind of making his way towards like the center of, like, slowly but still like kind of gradually making his way more towards like the center of the crowd of the dance.
He's making a move.
Well, Mr. Borscht, I don't want to stay here if he's heading it over there. So we got to get to him right now. I'd rather take action now than wait till it's too late.
Da, is good. Let's go this.
And we started marching off towards him, I suppose.
Oh, okay. So you're walking towards him, both of you?
Yeah, I'm trying to be, like I'm moving towards
right.
the tables to doing the whole like inspecting the borscht thing. But I go from like the kitchen side of the table to the ballroom side of the table. So I'm
so give me a stealth roll for that.
Oh, dear.
I want to see if he notices you.
I guess I can do the same if that.
Yeah,
a
you
7.
do. A 7?
Let's see. Ooh, blow it up. Yep, raise.
Okay, so he actually doesn't notice either of you.
I very much look like a borscht.
Mm-hmm. What about you? Are you following them?
No, I'm in the kitchen.
You're still in the kitchen?
I'd like to kind of creep up within a couple steps of him so that I could grab his shoulder if I had to.
Oh, okay. I think that's going to need another stealth throw.
Alright.
Because, like, right now you're just kind of over by the table, but to, like, actually creep up on him.
That's a success. Second success.
He got a 5.
So I got a 4 or 5, so he wins.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
gonna. Basically, this is how I want to play it. He turns around, he sees you coming towards him. He's gonna take off. He's gonna he kind of sees you coming, like, oh shit, face, and then he's just gonna like roughly elbow aside people nearby him and just like head out towards like out of the ballroom.
I would like to try, and I don't really have the strength to pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
But as he's like doing the whole oh shit and pushing people, I kind of want to like step in, link arms, and I'm like, "Hello, Mister. Have you tried the borscht yet? Come with me. Try the borscht. It's so delicious. It will put meat on your bones."
Okay, would that be a strength roll, do you think, or persuasion?
Persuasion. I would like persuasion.
Yeah, I will say persuasion might work because he doesn't actually know who you are at this point.
Perfect.
Should I roll anything to oppose that? Is it spirit?
Probably spirit.
Okay. And Amanda, I want you to give me a notice roll too, to see if you see what's going on here.
I got a 9.
Oh, whoa.
So here we go. All right, 7.
Okay, so you definitely notice that there's a commotion going on over by the table. In fact, there's like the startled gasps of your guests as they kind of cry out in alarm because he shoved a couple of them. So you're going to notice too, but it's his spirit that he rolls.
Sure. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're able to grab him and like.
Who's this weird guy? Okay,
Right.
I'll go along with it.
Right. Yeah.
So I decide I go over, I talk to my guests, like, what happened?
This gentleman, your cook, they're leaving right over there. He's so rude. I've never seen such rudeness in my life. Lady Amelia, what kind of ball is this?
To be honest, I'm not sure at this point. I will get back to you on that. But I will make sure that the rude person is escorted off of the property. Have you happened to see my manservant around?
Oh yeah, that's right. You forgot about Jenkins.
Oh yeah. What was he
Last
supposed to
He
do?
was investigating what was going on in the kitchen.
I think Jing has been like trying to follow us around, but is always one step behind.
Right, yeah. He like gets in the kitchen, you're gone. He gets back to the ballroom, and you're gone.
Milady, it would appear that some strange man has taken residence in the kitchen and is making an unending supply of borscht.
I was wondering where that came from. Helga never served it at Mother's dinner parties. She was told not to.
So it would seem that whoever was found to temporarily replace Helga was not given that instruction.
No, probably not. And I seem to be the only person in England who actually enjoys it. Did you find out anything about that weird woman?
I have not had the opportunity, but it would seem that she is regrettably American.
Of course she is. What is it with those American peoples?
I do not know.
Of course she is. She's Jane Lorde.
I heard that there's a commotion going on. Mother would probably hate me for this, but
You are a Ripper, so...
I may need you and certain boxes that you carry with you during these events.
The silver or the steel?
Well, what do you think would be easier to sneak into a ball? Just because...
Silver will go with that dress, Mum, and it will be more socially acceptable at an occasion such as this, or at least more explainable as an eccentricity.
Alright, the silver then.
And last I checked, people died just the same at the edge of silver as they do at iron. So,
Oh my god, you're really gonna take care of the cook. People thinking that. Sorry.
Alrighty. So you got your weapons? You got Jenkins with you? You got your weapons?
Yes.
Alright.
Well, yeah, Jing is just like, he doesn't disappear or anything. He just like reaches under his coat and pulls out this velvet pillow with the claws on it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what?
Well, where are you? Have you left the ballroom?
I'm
ducked
heading, I'm
Like
ducked
in the-
out. I'm heading towards the kitchen to try to figure out what on earth is going on.
Okay, so you're by your
Thank you.
servants because the
Yeah.
guests aren't going to be in this area of the house.
Yeah, so I take my claws and I put them on.
Okay. Cool. So we're all going back to the kitchen again. Nice.
What's happening?
What are you doing?
I'm arm in arm with this guy and I'm telling him about Borscht.
Okay. As fascinating as that is, I'm afraid I have some business to attend to, and he's going to just try to...
very, you got to have the borscht before business. You cannot do business without borscht.
Can I lock his open arm with my left arm? At this point?
Perfect.
would you do like a that's not a grapple, right? So...
I don't know, however you want to do it. Give me a second.
No, it's a role-playing moment, so we'll say, sure, you come in on the other side.
And I say, yes, we certainly like to show you a little borscht there, mister.
At this point, he's gonna, now he's affronted. He's gonna be like, unhand me, gentlemen! And then he's gonna, are you gonna let him go?
This is a big enough scene that I feel like we might have to let him go.
Oh, okay.
People are noticing.
Well, now you're in, so servants are definitely noticing, but not guests.
Yeah, and the servants are... This is a household that has been... that has very deep ties with the Ripper community for centuries, so everyone's kind of figured out that things are a little odd here. if the Lady Amelia runs through the house with her claws out and starts ripping
But
through
he
the
is,
house.
to all appearances, to the servants, a guest at the ball that you
Yeah.
are now harassing. So
Yeah.
they might come up and be like, "Sir, what are you doing? This gentleman has asked you to release him."
Yeah, I think, I kind of wait till Ben gets back because we're both in
Yeah,
the scene.
yeah.
Before
Gonna make a
I
lot
do
of
anything else.
But my first impression is that we're going to have to release this guy. I mean, there's no reason to really hold him at this point.
So basically, you both have his arms. You know, unhand me, gentlemen. This is outrageous.
Well, it seems to me there, Mister, that you might be able to make us unhand you if you were so inclined. I'm accusing of being a werewolf, basically.
Oh, okay. He's gonna just kind of give you this. Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
No, let's
No
not be
threats.
hasty. We want for you to inspect the Borscht to make sure it's to your liking. Come, please.
We got some talking to do. That's all it is.
He's gonna try to escape from you guys.
What would it take for me to finagle kind of drawing my revolver, keeping it under my coat, sticking it into the small of his back?
Oh,
And like, no, I am sorry, Mr. Silas. I insist.
I think you're gonna need a stealth to hide it from the servants, basically.
Well, that's a 4. That's a 6.
Extras don't get a wild die, right?
Right.
5. So they kind of like, one of them like kind of thinks maybe he saw something, but then as you stick the gun into Sykes' back, he just kind of
Sykes
still.
or Silas?
It's Sykes.
Sykes, no.
Yeah, he kind of like still
Mr. Sykes.
and is like, if you insist.
I do. Come.
Kind of
We
roughly
should
guide him
not
towards the kitchen.
make a scene in front of all these people. Come, let's talk in kitchen.
Alright. And he'll follow you. He has to. Doggone him. He's a little pale, like, but also you can just sense this like rage radiating off of him. What are you gonna do?
Take him to the
Take
kitchen.
him to the kitchen. lead him by the arms.
Alright.
In a polite but firm, very, very firm manner.
Alright. So you enter the kitchen. He's like, alright, we're in the kitchen. Now what? If this is a robbery, just take my wallet. Just take it. You can have it.
What? No, Mr. Sykes. Why were you invited here? I would like to know.
Of course I was invited here.
By who?
By the Duchess of Wayland herself.
And what is her name?
It's Rachel.
You're not here to kill the youngest daughter.
Why on earth would I want to do that?
Because you are working with the cabal.
I am not working with the cabal, sir.
But you
This is
do
outrageous.
admit that you know who and what the cabal are.
Well, of course. All of us know what the cabal. We just don't talk about it openly. That's impolite.
So
Who's the cabal?
here's what I want to know. Why
Yeah.
why did you start running as soon as you saw we were there? Like, there was no reason to.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. I was running because you looked threatening, and clearly I was right.
Well, sir, I'm like any sort of hunter. If you run, I have to chase you. If you're really innocent, then we'll let you go. But I'm not convinced of that. Mr. Borscht, grab a silver spoon.
It's Lipowitz.
Lipowitz. Kazimir.
That's my first name.
Yes. There's a spoon in reach. Grab it. A silver one.
Okay, you've got the gun, I've got his arm, you've got the free hand.
Oh, fine. I'll grab it. I kind of pulled the whole group around and reach out. I set the cello down. I grab a silver spoon and I just touch it to this man's wrist.
Oh, wait.
Does it sizzle?
There's no sizzling.
Well, you're not sizzling like bacon, so that's one point in your favor, I'll admit. He puts the spoon back,
Outrageous.
and he picks up the cello case.
Where did you get that scar from, Mr. Sykes?
That is none of your business, sir.
But I feel like it is business for those of us who know about the cabal.
Yes.
Tell me, what do you know about the cabal?
Why? I don't have to answer any of your questions. I am a guest here of the
My-
Duchess of Wayland herself.
My revolver says otherwise.
he'll do like this swallow, like that gulp, like ooh, kind of thing. And then he'll just kind of like, well, this isn't how I planned it, but I see no other option. And then he's gonna like let loose this loud, shrill whistle. And you start, like, it's kind of quiet for a moment. And then you hear this, like, kind of like this. And then through the door just bursts this huge beast. It looks like it's like the body of a man, but like these long, spindly arms, these like long, spindly legs. And where the head is, there's actually no head at all. And on the chest is this wide, gaping mouth. And it looks like...
Worse than a spider.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see.
Oh, that's no good.
Hey,
That is one effed up spider, one effed up frog.
And then we'll call it a night.
All right. Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in for chilling tales of horror and borscht.
I'm sure I must have noticed some of this happening.
Yeah, I was sitting here in the kitchen.
And I come in just
I
as
think you never
well.
left the kitchen, so.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do what I was doing in there yet.
No. My name's Ben. I've been here with Amanda, Gabriel, Austin, and Rosemary, and this has been Rippers Resurrected, brought to you by Savage Worlds, which is made and produced and owned by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. So, thank you guys for making this awesome game.